Okay, welcome back everybody. It's been a busy summer, a lot going on, but I wanted to at least post one quick video. Make sure you guys didn't think I was just kind of missing in action, which actually I have been. But what I wanted to show you was the way I make my labels for my plants. This has been like the best solution for me as far as making labels for my plants. I've tried everything. I've tried those little plastic labels that you can kind of push into the dirt, and it has a spot on the side where you can just write on it. Even just using, I thought that using permanent marker would work. I used pen, that wouldn't work. The best thing that actually kind of works with those is pencil. You just kind of etch in with pencil, and it lasts, but it doesn't last very long. Eventually those little plastic things break. This is my solution for getting nice inexpensive labels that last a long time. Okay, so what I take is just regular aluminum cans. You've probably seen these before, and you've seen them in my videos, but I'm going to show you how I make them. All you need is an aluminum can. You're going to need some scissors. You'll need some wire clippers, and I use this lock wire from Harbor Freight. Can't exactly remember how much these cost. It's something like maybe $7, but this is pretty much chock full of wire. I mean, you probably will never get through all of these. I've made hundreds of labels already, and still have a whole lot left. So this 1 pound coil is stainless steel. Now this is not gonna ever really corrode. I've used aluminum wire, and those are just too weak. Aluminum wire and aluminum cans, they're just too weak, so I don't use them. This is just the easiest way to do it. Also, you'll need a hole punch, just a regular hole punch like this, and an old pen. Maybe something that's kind of thick like this, so it's easier for you to use as far as etching in the label. Okay, so the way I do it is take my can. I washed it out so there's no residue in there. Just kind of push into the side here like this. Start the cutting process. This might get kind of loud, but I just come in here with my free Harbor Freight scissors too, and let's get in here. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud on the video. You got to be careful a little bit with the corners, the edges, because they are sharp. I'm just so used to doing it. I have not really cut myself, so I'm going to now take it. I've cut the top off like this. I'm gonna take it now. Then I'll just go down the edge or the side like this. Cut it straight down. Then I'm gonna cut it again. Cut the bottom off, just like this. Sorry about the clanging noise. So here we are. Got the two ends cut off, and I can just recycle these. And usually the first side you cut off is gonna be real ragged. The other side will be pretty nice. What you can do is take this side and cut off this ragged edge. When you look at the cans, you can see little, I guess they're like press lines here. And you can follow those to make a nice straight line. But it doesn't have to be perfect, because you're gonna end up cutting a lot of that off anyway. So I'm just gonna cut this off like this. It's pretty straight. Now here we've got our raw label sheet for our labels. what I do from here is I just take it like this, and I cut them about an inch, inch and a half wide. I used to make them a lot smaller, but I make them wider now because I like to, when I label, I like to make it nice and big. And sometimes with the trees that are in the ground, I make them pretty huge so they stand out within the foliage of the tree. So you can't, it's not hard to find them. The bigger the trees, the bigger the label I make. But the minimum size is usually about this size. So here we go, we'll make a few of these. Like this. Like this. And this one will be pretty thick. Might reserve this for one of my bigger trees. Now that you've got it like this, what I like to do is round off the edges, because when these are on the tree and they're flopping around, you don't want the edges cutting up on the tree. So I'll take them like this, just like that. This aluminum is super easy to cut. You see I've got this cheap Harbor Freight scissor. If this ever gets dull, I can always just buy something and get another free one, so no big deal. Try to go through these real quick. So you get the idea. I've done 2, and I'll just repeat the process for those. Now I take my hole punch, and I will go. I used to make the little hole kind of close to the edge, but you don't want to do that because it actually just kind of makes a weak spot here when you hang it from the tree. So I go in a good bit, like maybe at least 1.5 centimeters, or about 1 centimeter. So like that. Maybe that could have been a little bit deeper, but there's that one. And then this one's a little better. So these are ready to go. Just gonna move this out of the way. From here, this is gonna look a little funny, but I take a placemat, a little thick placemat. Here we go, we got SpongeBob here. And from here, I will take my label and my pen, and what you do is just etch it in here, what you're gonna make, the label that you wanna create. So I know I need to make, I grafted some Daisy Blastas recently. I'm gonna write that. Just enough force to etch it in, but not too light that it doesn't really show up. And usually I put the date of when I got the plant, or maybe the age of the plant, or the time I planted the seed. This I grafted, this tree I grafted last month, so I'm gonna write 6/19, so I know that I grafted it on June 19th. So this is the process that I use to make my trees. So I'll just do one more. I know I grafted a cocktail. Sometimes I'll write 2 lines. This is a cocktail grapefruit. Great variety. And I did that, I believe, around May. I grafted that May of this year. So here we go. I got cocktail grapefruit and my Daisy Blasta. These are ready to go. I used my little mat, my old pen. Last step is to take your lock wire or your stainless steel wire, just pull a bit off like this, and then we'll cut off a decent amount. You don't have to be too stingy with this stuff because it's so long, and sometimes I'll just kind of set it up where I'm just bending it like this a little bit and like this. So now I just got to go out to the tree and just set it on there. So You can see it like this. So I'll just take it, wrap it around the tree, hook it on, secure it, bend it all the way down like this and like this. And then here we go. Got your nice and cheap, almost free, at least for your aluminum cans, almost non-corroding, long-lasting aluminum labels with the stainless steel wire. So I hope this helped out. You may have seen these done before, but I wanted to show you exactly how I do mine. Thanks for watching.